Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori Brame and this is Holy City Mystic. Thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to talk about Jupiter and what that is like crossing the apex of your yod. So Jupiter has a 11-12 year orbit, and so when it crosses the apex of your yod, it's not going to happen very often in your lifetime. Like, if you're really lucky, it'll happen 10 times, but more than likely it's going to happen 6, 7, 8 times in your life. Now, when Jupiter crosses the apex of your yod, you are going to have this moment of feeling capable, this moment of optimism where your yod makes sense. Your yod is triggered in the best way possible, where it feels like blocks are just aligning, like they're just falling into place. And it might be the type of thing where it's more mental. It's like all these things where you felt the yod, you felt the push and pull of the quincunxes, you felt that drive in a certain area. What will happen is when Jupiter crosses that apex, you are going to feel almost like everything makes sense. Like there's a moment of clarity where you're like, oh, that's what's going to happen. That's awesome. And since Jupiter is going to be on this degree for like 8 days, depending on how close it is to the retrograde, Jupiter moves at a different speed. But it might be 8 days that it's on this degree, it might be 2 weeks that it's on this degree, but it'll be a time where you are going to just get this feeling of optimism, this feeling of capability, where you know how to proceed. You know what's going to happen. And it might be an outside force coming in. Someone handing you a book that just pulls everything together, just handing you something where you feel that sense of clarity and optimism moving forward. Now, if you were born with your sun above the horizon line, so that line that goes across the chart that connects your ascendant to your descendant, if your little sun glyph is above that, then this is going to be a bigger deal. This is going to be a more significant transit for you. If you were born with your sun below it, it's still a great transit. It's going to be amazing. But if you were born during the daytime, this is going to be more significant. So just like Venus, this is going to bring kind of a sneak peek into what the gifts of the yod are. It's also going to aspect the bases. Usually whenever anything aspects the bases, it's kind of this like irritating, not feeling it sense of a transit. However, when Jupiter quincunxes the aspects, it's going to inflate them in a way that is clarifying. And what I mean by that is it's going to be like kind of seeing them for who they are. It's kind of like that that revelation at the end of the movie where there's this like terrible bully who has just been wreaking havoc on the entire school, and you're like, that's the bad guy, and you're like waiting for him to get his face pushed into mud at the end of the movie or something like that. But then you have this moment where you find out that he has a really rough home life, and all he wants is a friend, but he doesn't know how to get that friend. It's going to be like that moment of understanding where it's like it doesn't excuse anything. It doesn't make anything easier. But it's that moment of clarity where you can accept the situation more and know how to proceed. And so that's what Jupiter is going to do. It's going to shine a light on those quincunxing bases, and it's going to give you more information on them, like more how you can proceed, how you can reconcile those differences. Since it takes Jupiter so long to go around this chart, if you do have your apex in a Jupiter retrograde path, you are going to experience a really big moment. This is going to be a lot of lessons. This is going to be a lot of clarity coming through, a lot of motivation and optimism, all this stuff. Even when Jupiter is retrograde, going back over the apex, it's going to bring in a lot more lessons, a lot more knowledge into that. And then when it goes forward again, it's going to be like all this inspiration when it comes to it. Now, if Jupiter is at the apex of your yod in your birth chart, and then Jupiter in the sky crosses it, congratulations, you're having your Jupiter return, which is an awesome time to start new things and get excited and like start this new cycle of where you're going to be in life. But when that happens, since both those things are happening simultaneously, it is going to be a really important thing to pay attention to, and there might be a lot of things just falling into place, things that you've worried about for a long time, just kind of coming together in a new way that you might not have even thought of before. So if you guys do have this, any kind of experience with this, like, I'm very interested to know. So please drop it below in the comments. I would love to know how it's going. And if you guys have any questions, drop those below too. I will try to answer as many as I can. And I will talk to you guys next time. See ya.